Madison, welcome back and thanks for being here. Appreciate you choosing to spend a bit more time with me and Charlie Madison today. That's right, Charlie. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you something called synchronicity. I know, Charlie, it's a cornball of a name, but it fits the trick and I couldn't think of anything better, so you'll just have to deal with it and I'll just have to deal with the shame and embarrassment of having a trick called synchronicity. But it will make more sense when we get into it. This is a trick that's going to rely mainly on a bottom deal. So this one's for all those people out there who have been begging me to teach more and more things using the bottom deal. If you need help with the bottom deal, don't worry. I'm going to help you in this video. I'm going to leave some links in the video description below as well, which will help you with bottom dealing. And also there's a few other videos that are going to be useful for this one too. The mad switch and also perfect aces. In this trick, we allow Charlie or Susan, our participant, to shuffle the deck to their heart's content, and then we deal cards until Susan or Charlie say stop. And when they say stop, we fairly deal one card to them and then one card to us, and we do that 4 times. And at the end, Charlie turns over his cards and then we turn over our cards, and they are a perfect match. There's some beautiful little things that happen in this trick, some good psychological moments that you might want to pay attention to, and I'm so proud of these strangers. I'm going to be talking a lot about these in this video, so pay attention. I'm Daniel Madison. Go get yourself a deck of playing cards. This is synchronicity. Sorry, Charlie. I am Daniel Madison. Welcome back to the Madhouse. Thanks for joining me and Charlie again for another tutorial. This is a bit of a mixture. It's similar to 1 or 2 things that I've taught in the past, but it's certainly something fresh and something for all those people who have been desperately begging me to teach something to do with the bottom deal. This is perfect for that. So I'm Daniel Madison, that's Charlie Madison, and this is synchronicity. Is that too much of a corny name, Charlie? I think it is, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use that name anyway. This is synchronicity. So I've got some good news on the way very soon. Keep your ears peeled and your eyes pointy. Is that how you say it? I can't remember. But for this video, we're going to use the pink strangers. These are the pink Madison strangers because they look good against the black Mad Pad. And so basically what's going to happen in this trick, we're going to give the deck over to Charlie. Charlie is going to shuffle those playing cards to his heart's content, and then when he gives me the playing cards back, I'm going to deal 1 card at a time, and whenever he says stop, I'm going to deal the next card to him and the next card to me. And we're going to do that, well, we can do it twice, we can do it 3 times, but we're going to do it 4 times. Afterwards, we'll talk about the variations and different things you can do with this idea. So to begin with, we need to do something that's a little bit risky, and I never liked the idea of condescending my audience, my Susan sausage. Sorry, Susan. Susan's still cleaning the bathroom. So Charlie, I don't want to condescend you, so I never like, for example, when Charlie turns his cards over to find kings and then I turn my cards over to find aces, making me so much better than you. I don't like that condescendence. So we're going to change that, and I think you should always change that always make the participant and whoever's helping you look much better than you. They always come out best. Makes them feel good, gives them that feel good factor, which goes along with their storytelling of the memory of the event. So in this case, I'm gonna go for, let's go for jacks. So I'm gonna end up with the jacks, and Charlie's gonna end up with the kings. So we're gonna set these up super easy. King of hearts, jack of hearts. King of diamonds, jack of diamonds. King of clubs, jack of clubs. King of spades, jack of spades. All in one slug at the bottom of the deck. I've got a very big slug of playing cards that are gonna be shifted to the top of the deck once Charlie has shuffled the rest of the playing cards. At this moment, before we go any further, when I hand these playing cards over to Charlie to shuffle, I'm not handing him the entire deck because I'm holding back 8 playing cards missing from a deck. You would imagine that a normal person would feel that. They'd feel that there's a lot of playing cards missing from that deck of playing cards, but you would be so surprised how many people never question that, or would never even know the difference, or even question how thick or thin a deck of playing cards is, just like Charlie. But a good note from Luke Jamay, very good note, is if there's more than one person playing this game, you can put the deck down, half to Charlie, half to Charlie's friend, and they both shuffle them together, and then they put both their packets together, and then these are going to be palmed the whole time in a gambler's cup, in my left hand gambler's cup. So whilst I'm copying these cards are all being shuffled. I'm going to load the full deck on top of the stack, on top of my slug of jacks and kings, but I'm going to keep a break because I need to now get them to the top of the deck. Most magicians would recommend a classic pass. I'm not one of those people. Don't really care about classic pass. Right in front of my entire audience, I could easily just do this and still get away with it without question. But for the skeptics, for the people who think that you need a special move to get all those cards from the bottom to the top, I would highly recommend go back and watch one of my videos called the Madison or the Mad Shift. Is that what I called it? It might be called the Mad Shift. So basically those 8 cards at the bottom of the deck, they're underneath the deck. I'm going to tilt them slightly to the side like this. So they're just poking out here. This corner is going to go into the clunge of my right hand, which is basically just at the bottom of the middle of fingers 2 and 3. Finger 2 is going to reach around, that's right Charlie, and grab the other corner of those eight playing cards. Now I'm just going to separate, move over here, keep those cards hidden out of sight over here, the slug, as I'm talking, as I'm explaining what's going to happen. Then when I return to the deck, I'm just going to put those cards back on top and put those cards down. I've got plenty of time to do that whilst I'm explaining to Charlie and his good friend Susan. We're just gonna have to pretend that she's here. We've got plenty of time to do that whilst we're talking about this situation. I call this synchronicity because I couldn't think of a better name, and I know that there's a lot of magicians out there who like doing those tricks where you say, oh, you and I think we've got some kind of special synchronicity, and let's put that to the test, and let's see if that works with a deck of playing cards. I'm not a fan of that. I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it feeling more like not a matter of luck or chance, but a demonstration of my skill, or a demonstration of my control over a deck of playing cards. Why on earth have I shifted those 8 cards to the top of the deck when this is all based on a bottom deal? Charlie, thanks for asking that very important question. Charlie, there are 600 1,000 billion possible ways of shuffling a deck of playing cards. It's true. Susan told me it has to be true. So the way that you just shuffle these playing cards means it is very, very unique. Now what I'm gonna do, very simple, I'm gonna deal playing cards to the table face down, and every time you say stop, I'm gonna deal one card to you, and then I'm gonna deal the next card to me, and then we will repeat this 4 times so that we end up with 4 cards each. Do you understand? Thanks, Charlie. So at this point, we're gonna be bottom dealing every single playing card until Charlie calls stop. I call this method perfect aces, simply because if you do normal deals the whole time and then they call stop and you execute a bottom deal, you're putting yourself in a very dangerous situation, because that's going to be a moment where your participant, your spectator, is looking at the cards at the closest possible point. We want it to reverse that, and this is how we do that. We bottom deal every single playing card apart from the one that we're dealing to them, so that we can do it very slowly and we can do it very fairly from the top of the deck like this. We couldn't make it look much fairer. Charlie, I am now going to proceed to deal playing cards to the table face down, and whenever you get that feeling, I want you to call stop. Are you ready? Good. Let's go. Here, so I'm going to deal 1 card to you and then 1 card to me. Charlie, we're going to do this again another 3 more times. Are you ready? Let's go. Here, 1 to you, 1 to me. Charlie, we're gonna do this again another 2 more times. Ready? Let's go. There. 1 for you, 1 for me. Charlie, for one final time, we're gonna deal random playing cards into this pile, and we're gonna end up with 4 cards each. Are you ready for one last time? Perfect. Are you sure you want to keep going? A few more maybe? Or do you want to stop here? Perfect. You get this one. I get this one. And the rest. Now for me, the most beautiful thing about this entire demonstration is that most people would expect and assume that the deception happened here and here. Nobody's really looking over here because these are the discards. What a beautiful thing. Everybody thinks the deception's here and the truth is here, but it's the other way around. Because of perfect aces, or the perfect aces theory, we've managed to switch that around and make this the deception, and make this the very one thing that everybody's looking at as closely as possible, the truth. All that's left now is to invite Charlie to turn over his playing cards one by one. King of Hearts, King of Diamonds, King of Clubs, King of Spades. Now I turn over my cards, or I can invite Charlie to turn those over to make it seem a little bit more fairer. Either way, we turn them over, we find a Jack of Hearts matching the King of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds matching the King of Diamonds, Jack of Clubs matching the King of Clubs, and finally Jack of Spades matching the King of Spades. The whole point of them having kings and me having jacks is just a little subtle hint, just to remind them that they got one up than us. They did better than we did if this were a game. But the whole point of this is the synchronicity of it. Now, in this case, I've done matching jacks with kings, so 4 of a kind for me, all same, hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. The whole afterthought section of this is probably going to be bigger than the whole video itself, because there's so many different ways of doing this. Probably the best way, rather than doing it like this, is choosing some very, very random playing cards so that it does look very, very random. So we could take 9 of clubs, 9 of spades, queen of hearts, queen of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, 7 of hearts, 5 of clubs, and 5 of spades, and do it like this, so that when they turn over their cards in this position, first of all, it's going to look like something might have gone wrong. So we get them to turn them over. Queen of hearts, jack of clubs, 5 of clubs, 7 of hearts. Apparently at this point, it looks like not much has happened or something has possibly gone wrong. But then you can remind them why this is called synchronicity, and then we can go back into the whole subject and talking about synchronicity, and then slowly turn our cards over to show that we've got 1 matching card, 2 matching cards, 3 matching cards, and 4 matching cards. And Charlie, it's just occurred to me that it would have made so much more sense to have taught it like this from the beginning. Nonetheless, I'm not refilming it because that was a damn good tutorial. What do you say, Susan?
Shut up, you idiot.
Thanks. There are so many different things that you can do with this. Obviously, you don't have to do 4 playing cards. I wouldn't recommend doing this with just 1 playing card because it offers a little bit of lackluster. You want it to be more impressive, so it could be along the lines of the Irish brag game that we played in the last video. It could be a pair, so we're matching up 2 pairs, but 4 is always a good number, and also random is always a good number too. If you're into gambling, and gambling is your style when it comes to doing these kinds of demonstrations, then definitely make it a gambling thing. Do it with 5 playing cards. You end up with a royal flush, they end up with rubbish playing cards, and it's all because of them, because they're the ones who shuffled those cards right from the beginning. Yes, Charlie, I am very aware that it has become a rather long video, so we're going to wrap it up here. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears spread. Is that the right expression? Charlie, yes, I am very much aware that this has become a very long video, so we're going to wrap it up here. And for everybody who keeps asking and everybody who keeps begging for the strangers, beg no more. I'm working on it. I think I might be able to make these available to you very, very soon. So stay close, keep your eyes peeled and your ears elephant-sized. Is that the right expression? I'm not too sure. Anyway, for extra tips on this, I have a masterclass at my website which teaches bottom dealing in over a 5-hour instructional video. If you think this tutorial was long, wait until you watch that one. Also, go back and watch Perfect Aces for more detailed instructions on the most fair false deal possible. And also you might want to go back and watch the Madison shift so that you can learn how to shift that slug from the bottom of the deck to the top with ease. But as for now, from the Madison studio, I'm Daniel Madison. That was Synchronicity. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. All my videos, all my tutorials are for free. You can support me over at Patreon, madison.ist. If you choose, all my playing cards, every playing card I bring out goes to those first, and a lot of them go there free. So people in the Alliance sometimes don't even have to pay for my playing cards. Otherwise, all I ask in return, make sure you subscribed. I'm trying to get to 100,000 so that I can take these cards, these cameras out onto the streets and perform everything that I've taught on my channel, just to show you that you can get away with everything that I teach in real life, out on the street with real people, not just crows and Susan Sausage.
Shut up, you idiot.
I hope you enjoyed Synchronicity. I'm not too sure about the name, but I'm sticking with it. I'm Daniel Madison. Thanks for your time. See you next time. Ah, man. Gotta do this without knocking the camera over this time.